I'm a person who really likes to get involved with the community of a game when I take a particular interest in said game. So, for example, if I'm gonna look at Tekken videos, I most likely want to see who are the pros of the scene, who are the good content creators in terms of guides, who may be the artists that, do their thing, and who might just be the meme creators. And you get so involved in it that you kind of begin to question where you fit in with all of this. And one of the things that I've had to, learn ever since starting to play fighting games more and more is that the journey to getting better would take a while. But why it seems so frustrating, or sometimes it seems somewhat impossible, is because of the very thing that I just spoke about doing first, which is looking at the community, kind of, pairing into seeing what goes on there, seeing the pros, seeing the content creators, seeing everyone's progress, and then you take a while and you look at yourself and you're like, damn, I am bad at this game. However, that is something that I must admit with time has slowly decreased in my mind, and I've become much better from a mental health, I guess you could say, perspective on fighting games. I mean, when I really started off in Guilty Gear and looked at guides and saw how many things people could do in such short spaces of time, that's when it really hurt. But I think there has been a level of maturity over a course of just a couple of months. Well, I would say maybe perhaps 9 months now of me saying that, I want to get better at fighting games and I'm slowly improving. So there has been a reduction in how much I judge myself based on what I've seen other people achieve. Because let me tell you something, comparison is the thief of joy. But what I had to learn recently, or what I kind of came to the conclusion is that I simply have not lost enough. What do I mean by this? Now, we're talking about fighting games here. We're specifically talking about Tekken 8, and I hope y'all have been enjoying Tekken 8 thus far. I've been having a blast. I haven't really been on ranked that heavy, even though, I kind of logged on to rank just to see, play some real matches, because there's so much content within the game. I still gotta go back and beat that story mode on hard mode. And then on top of that, I'm taking a while before I decide who my main character is going to be, who I'm gonna say, let me put down my head and learn everything that I can about this character. So I'm taking a month just trying out a bunch of characters, just seeing what they could do, just trying to learn the ropes of Tekken 8, because it's very different from Tekken 7, I must admit, when I started this journey. But what I'm saying, or what I mean when I say the phrase "you haven't lost enough," or the sentence "you haven't lost enough," is that when I look at the pros and you look at the people who are good at fighting games, you see victory a lot. A matter of fact, if you go in their streams, I think that's one of the aspects that keeps you there. If you look at a pro player or a competent enough player play the game, you'd barely see the "you lose" screen. And then you kind of feel absorbed by that, and you go back to your session and you're constantly losing. You're constantly getting beat out by things that you don't know about the game, or you feel that you're getting cheated out within Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, whatever, Grand Blue, whatever fighting game you're playing, or whatever game you're playing, you really feel like you're just not good enough. But that is not limited just to fighting games. Let's take music, for example. Let's say you're a young upcoming producer and you want to make music that really moves people. So you decide, you put down your head for a while, you make these beats and you put it out and nobody responds to it. But this person who kind of makes a decent beat is getting so much response from everybody and essentially getting praise. And there you are on the sidelines with your project, not feeling like you're getting the attention you deserve. And I think that really feeds back into my mentality and how it shifted as I approach fighting games, because as I said previously, comparison is the thief of joy. But when you see those pros win, you have not been there, or you have not witnessed the amount of times that they've lost. You haven't witnessed the amount of times that they were frustrated. They were probably down on their luck and saying, look, this is enough for me. I'm not getting back on this game. I won't be good at this game. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna get better. You weren't there when they didn't probably want to hop in the lab. They didn't want to go in practice mode, when they were getting cheaped out by different options. And now it kind of puts you on this plane where you're thinking like, okay, this person has this knowledge, they share this knowledge with me. Why is it that I can't reproduce their results? Or why is it why I can't do what they do? And it really comes back to a cycle of you're simply not at that level. You can get to that level, but you've got to question within yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself. What is it that you are actually doing right now in order for you to get to that level? And the reason why I like Tekken 8 a lot in comparison to mainly a lot more, if not all of the other fighting games, is the amount of resources and tools you have to get better at this game. Just going into the replays, taking over, seeing your options. Yes, it's a lot of things you've got to commit to memory, because on top of the one character that you may want to learn, you have 31 other characters who could do some crazy things that you have to be cautious about. And then you're sitting down there and you're like, no, this character is just cheap. We look at the popularity polls that have been produced, man. We see those characters online and we feel a certain way about them. But the truth is, simply put, dude, you're gonna have to lose. Or do that. You're going to have to get online and lose. And not just, this isn't just for fighting games. This is for anything. You're going to have to fail some heavy reps, get back down to the lower reps, and superset your way up, back up. But you're going to have to sometimes dumb down the weight. You don't just go into the gym and bench 225. You're gonna have to humble yourself. Sometimes just the bar alone is a lot for you, but as you continue to go back and you start to add on those weights, you can eventually get to beyond 225. Even the music analogy, you're gonna have to start off making really bad music, really bad beats, in order for you to finally get to the level where you're like, I'm making this mistake here, I'm doing this badly, this does not sound good. I mean, I think if you can't look back at your old work or your old gameplay, for example, and be like, yo, I was really bad, I could see how many mistakes I'm making, and if I fight a player at this level that I was performing back then, I would totally wreck this person. That's the good part of getting better. The fact that you can see your mistakes, the fact that you can say to yourself, I can top this, I can be better. I think it's a wrong mentality to sit down and look at something and you're like, nah, this isn't my fault. I'm not bad here. I'm not wrong here. This person is just bad, and people just have bad taste in music, or this person is just playing a cheap gimmicky character and the only reason I lost is because they are a bad player. That is a trash way to view a lot of things in life, especially fighting games. And like I said, maybe Tekken 8 may not be your shtick. Maybe there are other games that you haven't tried out yet, but as you immerse yourself more into the fighting game genre, you get to know what you like, what you don't like. But it's a case where you've got to stop comparing yourself to others. I was in a Discord chat recently where this guy was like, guys, I'm sorry, I've tried Tekken 8 and I can come to the conclusion that this game is not for beginners. I just can't rank up, I just can't do this, I just can't do that, I just can't do it. This was like this week. Bro, we're just 1 week into Tekken. It's never going to be a case where something you pick up instantly, unless you've got some weird gift, some weird blessing, right? That you pick up something and you're just instantly coated with the sauce at this. You could be better than a lot of beginners, but it's not a case where you're going to be at the level where you're like, I don't even need to do this, I don't even need to practice this, I don't need to get better at this because I just know what to do. It's not going to be a case where that happens all the time. So essentially, this is a video, a plea, basically, don't give up on fighting games, But on top of that, you really have not encountered the hardships or the hardest moments that a lot of people that you may admire have gone through. You haven't lost simply that much. I often try to say that rank doesn't matter, and sometimes we overthink rank and we put too much emphasis on it, and then we eventually beat ourselves up about it. And when I mean rank doesn't matter, I'm not saying that the mode is obsolete and you don't need to go there. I'm just saying that sometimes if you lose, take it as an opportunity to learn rather than maul and rage. Don't hit the power button. Don't cut off. Don't try to get out of the match because of the fact that you think you're supposed to win. If I told you that there was a button you could press when you log on to online ranked modes that would instantly make you win, do you think the reward of getting to the highest plane of achievement in that game would feel anything? Of course not. You wouldn't feel accomplished. You wouldn't feel like you got anything really done because it just simply put, there was no hard work. There's a reason why 225 feels good when you were struggling with 45 pounds. And we just have to keep increasing the weights and racking up the wins, yes, but learning from the losses along the way. But I hope you guys are having an excellent time in Tekken. Right about now, I'm learning a lot, and I wanted to get these guides out. I really want to get instructional videos and things out that I've learned. But I think I'm gonna have to revert to the Tekken training arc process to kind of give you that demonstration, because there's a lot of things I don't really understand fully yet, and I myself am learning, and I think that was the perfect format to get that information to you guys. But all in all, Tekken 8 has been a blast. I hope you guys have been enjoying it, and I will see you in the next video. Comment down below, how has your mental health been over all these past few months with all these fighting games, and overall, how has it been in Tekken 8 as we're heading in to such a great era of the FGC. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, stay gaming.